I'm Sarah Katz. Do you want to live a more optimistic life? Well, I'm here to help. In this podcast, I'll be discussing a variety of topics, such as positivity, motivation, and self-love, to ultimately inspire you to live your best and blessed life. So, let's chat. This is... Hello, all of my friends out there. Welcome back to Skatz Chats, or welcome to Skatz Chats if this is your first episode you're listening to. I'm so excited that you're here, and I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Wow, we are at episode 22 of this podcast, and I hope you all are taking something away, at least one thing from this podcast so far, and I hope you're really enjoying all of our content here at Skatz Chats. You know, I do want to let you all know that this is a safe place. You know, you can always reach out to us if you want to chat, if you have any questions, or even want to request an episode topic. You know, we're on social media on Instagram, Facebook, and also our email is skatzchats@gmail.com. If you ever want to, you know, contact us, reach out to us, and anything like that. So we are there for you. And if you do have an anonymous question that you'd like to send to us, feel free to send it to us on our Google form called Ask Skatz. And the link to that is in our Instagram bio if you do want to send us something anonymously, and you'll have the chance to have it actually answered and talked about on this podcast. But today, we are getting into our interview with Britt Nicole of Britt Nicole Cosmetics. I was really excited to talk to her. She is a woman of many talents, and, you know, most notably, she has her own cosmetic line. And that is so exciting, you know. It was really interesting to hear a lot about her own journey and, you know, starting the line and everything like that. So I'm very excited for you all to listen to this interview. We will go ahead and play the interview for you so you can listen and hear all about it. And I did want to let you know also, we still have our quote of the day at the end of the interview, so stay tuned for that, just to get a little extra added inspiration to your day. Okay, if you're ready to hear the interview, then let's get started. Let's hear all about Britt Nicole of Britt Nicole Cosmetics. Hey everybody, welcome back to Skatz Chats. I have a very special guest today. We have Britt Nicole of Britt Nicole Cosmetics. So Britt, thank you so much for coming on the podcast and taking some time with us today.
Yes, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to talk about my brand.
Yes. Very excited to have you on. So tell us a little bit more about you. You know, what exactly do you do? What's your background like?
Awesome. So I'm originally from Pennsylvania. I just moved to LA exactly a year ago from today. I just realized that like today is the day of last year that I moved here. So it's been a year. I started off making dresses back at home. So that's what inspired the whole brand with the cosmetics. I made dresses for like special occasions. So like prom, homecoming, did alterations for special occasions. And then sometimes people want me to do their makeup as well since I made the dress. So it kind of just turned into this whole, I don't even know, like a beauty thing. And then it just turned into a cosmetic line. It is crazy. I wasn't expecting it to be like this, but it definitely paid off. So yeah.
That's awesome. You are a woman with many talents, it seems like.
It kind of transformed itself for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so I did want to chat with you a little bit more about Britt Nicole Cosmetics because I know that our last episode was, you know, me giving 8 reasons why people should never give up. And I thought that, you know, you starting your line would be, you know, and the story behind that would be really inspiring for people. So, you know, I wanted to ask, when did you start the line and what prompted you to begin this journey?
Yeah, so I started my cosmetic line 2 years ago, as far as like registering it as a business and everything. But the idea came years ago, actually, but I never pursued it just because of life and, you know, all the things. You always have like a goal and then it kind of gets pushed away because you get distracted. So I think when it came down to me actually pursuing it was when I actually started going through like a hard part in my life where I just wanted to focus on something as a distraction. So I went through like a bad breakup and I was sitting there and I'm like, is this gonna like beat me down or am I gonna boss up from it? And you know what I mean? So that's what came along, the whole boss up, the boss babes, the whole aesthetic of the cosmetic line came from me just, feeling sad and wanting to boss up for myself and inspire other people. Cause I know a lot of people go through the same thing sometimes when life beats you down. So I just started to work toward it, focus on it more. And then I actually made it a whole brand. So it's crazy.
That's awesome though. Yeah. And you kind of devoted your focus towards that. And, it seems like that really kind of like kickstarted you and gave you the motivation, all the more motivation.
Because I was down for a few months. Okay. So I was down for a few months and I remember like just every time I got dressed up, I felt better. And then that's when I was like, remember when you were trying to make lip glosses? Like, why don't you focus on that? So I started to do the glosses again. I actually started with like 5 glosses. And then it kind of just took off after that. The packaging was very unique that a lot of people liked it. We had like the diamonds. So a lot of people loved that. And it kind of just transformed itself into an entire cosmetic line. Now we have over 80 products. So within 2 years, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I have a couple of, liners and glosses from you as well. And I love the packaging.
Thank you.
Yeah, very cool. Awesome. So, I wanted to ask too, like, when you first started, you said that you were going through a breakup and all this stuff, but, during the start of the actual line itself, did you face any roadblocks or any, issues along the way?
I would say the money for it, it's really an investment, especially with production and all that stuff. Cause I wanted to do everything the right way. I didn't just want to throw myself in there. I really wanted to make a career out of this. So I did a lot of research. I ended up going back to school to be an esthetician. So I studied the skin just so I know about like the products for the skin and all that stuff. So my biggest roadblock will probably just be like the money thing, but it was a roadblock, but it was just something for the time because what I did was work 2 jobs and made it work. So it just slowed down the process, but it didn't stop me. So
yeah, that's awesome. And money, it seems like money, is in every equation. Like you have to have it for everything.
Definitely. So yeah, I think that was probably the biggest roadblock, but I definitely overcame it with just working harder. So
yeah, hard work and dedication. That's what you need. And that too, how have you been able to kind of expand your brand and promote your business too? I know you're on social media a lot, which we'll plug at the end of this, but how were you able to promote it?
I would say the best thing when I realized, so I'm from like a small town. So when I realized like my hometown was already on board and knew about it, it felt like I was just at the same level. I was like, how am I supposed to grow? How am I supposed to become, bigger so other people know about me? So what I started to do was, think about moving, honestly. So I thought about moving to LA. I had a little bit of a savings saved up. So I moved here and then I started doing pop-up shops like every weekend and it grew so fast. Like, I think that was probably the best thing I've ever done. So I definitely could give anybody advice, do pop-up shops, travel, and don't just keep it local, just go out there because I realized strangers support you way more than people So
that's interesting, but I guess that's kind of true. Yeah.
It's very true. Like it took me a while to realize that, but yeah, strangers definitely support way more.
Yeah. And that's awesome. I think that, pop-up shops would be a great exposure for you as well.
Yes.
That's really cool. And also since you're grown and everything like that, what are some, I guess, challenges that you face now as opposed to when you first started to?
I would say now would be more of just like wanting a team because I kind of do everything I do. I do everything myself from like the photography, the editing, sometimes even the modeling or, just doing everything from all parts of my business. So having a team would definitely, I think, help me get to the next level as far as someone that helped me market and be a little bit more organized because it's hard to focus 100% on one category when you have to focus on all things, So I think that's like my next step is trying to develop a team, even if it's like 3 people, just somebody that sees the vision and wants to help and we can grow together and make it like a huge empire.
People say, I think it was like Microsoft was started in a garage. So it always has to start small and then you build up your team. Yeah.
100%.
And, how do you, I guess, continue motivation? I guess, like, how do you find the willpower motivation to keep going?
So I think mostly what I like about my brand is like, it's all about hustling for the pretty things. That's why there's diamonds on the packaging. So I feel like I incorporate that in the brand. So like even when I talk to my customers, it's like always about, I guess you could say manifesting. You kind of speak good about your life and towards your goals. So just advertising or writing up like things for my brand, it kind of just motivates me because I'm like, the brand's image is to motivate other people. So I feel like it motivates me too, even though I'm creating it, you know? So in a way, I feel like that pushes me. And just because I have so many, you know, things I want to accomplish and I'm not there yet. So I feel like that definitely is a part of it too.
Yeah. Do you kind of like, you know, have like a manifestation board or like a running list of goals or anything like that?
Yeah, I have like a business board of things that I want to accomplish. I have like a storefront that's empty that I printed like the Britt Nicole Cosmetics line. So like I have all these visions, and I think, you know, things like I want to have billboards in different cities. So I have all these visions. So seeing that next to where I work every day is definitely a way to motivate me. And then of course, you know, the shade names, they're very motivational, like bossy, boss up. So I think all of that is a part of it as well.
That's awesome. That's a really good idea to like have your logo like printed on an empty billboard. That's so cool. That's a great idea. But I guess other than that too, you know, what I know you mentioned the pop-up shops earlier, but what's some other advice that you can give, you know, to someone who wants to start their own business?
My biggest advice would be to go for whatever you want to do, because I feel like everyone has an opinion when we start things, especially people that love us. They just want the best for us. But sometimes that could like push us off our path that we wanted to be on. So I feel like you just have to believe in what you want to believe in and kind of not listen to people's opinions. Take them because we love the people, you know, but go after what you want. And it's not easy at all, but nothing comes easy. The internet makes everything look easy too, but nothing. So it takes time. It takes a lot of hustle and patience. But I feel like if you know your passion for something, just work toward it every single day. And eventually with consistency, it'll pay off.
Yeah, I think that's great too. And like you said, you know, you can get advice from people of, you know, how to change certain things or, you know, add this, do that. But ultimately, you know, you're the one who's making the decision.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I feel like when I first started, it was kind of like, oh, you want to sell lip gloss? You know, like it's not like a thing, I guess, even though the cosmetic industry is $1 billion industry, you know, like me being how passionate I am for what I do, I look at those things like, okay, it's $1 billion industry. There's so many cosmetic lines out there. And the average person doesn't just buy one brand, you know, so there's plenty of room for me. So I think just keeping the positivity of all the things, in your mind and still taking opinions from people you love, but still, you know, staying focused on what you believe in is important.
Yeah, definitely. Love that too. There are a lot of different lines out there. And, you know, how do you try to stand out from all those?
So mine, I think, which I'm doing really well, is the diamonds. I have yet to see a cosmetic line that just has diamonds throughout the brand. And then that also has a vision with the brand, you know, like being a boss babe, following your dreams. I think we really stick to the vision very well, and hustling for the pretty things is the reason why there's diamonds on it. It kind of just all goes together, and I feel like there's no one doing that. So I feel like we're in our own lane with that. And yeah, so I'm really, really big on packaging.
Yeah, no, everybody out there, you should check out Britt Nicole Cosmetics, because I have some stuff and I'm like, ooh, you know, pretty. Like literally the lip gloss that I have, and like it stands out from every other lip gloss because it's like, you know, the diamonds and stuff.
And that's the goal. Like the goal is to just stand out. And that's another business advice for anyone that wants to start something. Say you want to sell lip gloss as well. There's plenty of room for everyone. You just always want to think what you can do to be better, what you can do to stand out. It's not about, oh, there's too many people that sell that. It's just, you know, just creating a different vision for it, I guess you could say.
That's awesome. I love all this. So, you know, where can people out there find you? What's your website, your socials, all that stuff?
So my website is www.thebrittnicole.com. So you can go on there and shop all the pretty things on there. I also take dress requests. I do that on the side still. You know, the vision started with the dresses, so that's still incorporated. It's just not the main focus anymore. But you can go on there and look at the portfolio of the dresses that I've made and all the makeup and stuff that I sell. The Instagram for my business is Shop the Britt Nicole. So that's on Instagram. And I don't use Twitter that much. I need to get into Twitter, but I am on Pinterest now. I'm trying to take advantage of all the platforms. And that one is just the Britt Nicole. So
perfect. Awesome. Consistent all across the board. Perfect. Yes. I know that you have a lot of, you know, pop-up shops that you do in LA, and those vary between different weekends, correct?
Yeah, so those are varying. I'm trying to get established somewhere like where people could find me like every Saturday or every Sunday, but I'm still kind of like testing the waters and everything. So I'm just kind of at random places, but you can always find like the latest pop up visiting our Instagram at Shop Britt Nicole on Instagram, and then I'm also going to start posting it on our website where there'll be like a section where people could see where we're going to be at next.
Perfect. Awesome. I know I want to stop by and, pick up also one of your eyeshadow palettes too, because they look really pretty too.
Yes, and I have some new shadows coming for the fall.
Nice.
So
okay.
there's a lot of new things. We also have our skull glosses launching actually October 2nd. So that's the newest launch that's coming very soon.
Awesome.
Just limited edition glosses and our beautiful black diamond skull packaging. So
awesome. Love that. Well, it seems like you are on the rise. You're doing everything, not everyone does everything correctly per se, but you're doing all the right things. You're promoting, you're getting yourself out there, and it's really inspiring to look up to. I'm inspired by you for, doing this everything yourself. And thanks for taking the time to come on Skatz Chats.
Yes, and thanks for having me. I enjoyed our talk, and hopefully I motivated some people to be a boss babe.
Yes, I'm sure people out there are. And everyone, again, check out her cosmetic line. Totally sparkly. If you love sparkles, which who doesn't, go check out her line and, purchase some of her stuff. So thanks so much, Britt.
Thank you, guys.
So I hope you enjoyed that interview as much as I enjoyed talking to Britt, and I hope you got something from her tips and advice. I mean, those are some pretty practical tactics that you can take to any type of goal or dream that you have or anything that you want to create. And our quote of the day really kind of sums up a lot of what we talked about today. Our quote of the day is from the book Heart Talk by Cleo Wade, one of our favorites here at Skatz Chats. And this is on page 108. It's a poem called As I Go Forward. I may stumble, but I stand up more than I fall down. And this is really extremely important because whatever journey we may go through, there's always going to be bumps in the road, Just like we talked about in the last episode, that's inevitable. But we need to stand up more than we fall down. And we need to be our own cheerleaders sometimes and realize that not everyone is going to support us, unfortunately. That's honestly, that could be the reality of the situation. But no matter what comes in our way and what knocks us down, we need to get back up and keep going and to visualize and realize that we can actually accomplish what we want to accomplish. We can actually be all that we want to be. You can achieve what you want to achieve. Whether that is starting your own makeup line too, or any other business, or starting your own podcast even, or completing grad school, or whatever you want to do. Anything. You have to have the personal strength to get back up and keep going. And just know that I'm always rooting for you. Britt Nicole is always rooting for you. There are people out there who are actually rooting for you. And if you do need any extra support or any extra boost of confidence, motivation, anything, listen to this podcast. And even, like I said, reach out to us, contact us, and we would love to chat with you. So that is all the time we have for today. I thank you so much once again for making it all the way to the end of this episode. Again, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. And now all of our episodes are on YouTube. Just search Skatz Chats and you will find us there. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay positive, and we'll see you for the next episode, number 23, coming up of Skatz Chats. Bye-bye. See you soon. Thank you so much for listening to Skatz Chats. If you'd like to request a topic of discussion, head over to our website at www.skatzchats.com. The Skatz Chats logo is designed by Nkartz, and our theme song is written and produced by Daddy Lacus.